Hey guys, Dreadbane joined by Sapphire for Game 3 of the semi-final of the Blizzard Invitational held in SEA. Now, our players are Oxygen, the blue Terran, and his opponent, RedArchon, the red Terran. Now, this is Metalopolis, and it's an ace match, Seth.
Yeah, this one's for all the marbles. This is no second chances. This is the lower bracket, so if you lose this, you're gone. So, Oxygen and Red Archon, the loser is guaranteed 1,000 US dollars, so it's not a bad thing to be guaranteed. But they have battled through so much to get here, and there's so much on the line right now. The winner of this goes through to the grand final against Ice, and then they will be playing for first place, which is 3,000 and a trip to the US, and second place is 2,000 and a trip to the US. Not to mention first place has all the prestige associated with it. So really nice second game there by Oxygen. I felt he was more at home on a two-player map. He could use his outright aggressiveness so well. And now we're back on a four-player map that you'd think that it wouldn't be as great for Oxygen, but the positions are nice. The last thing I would expect for Oxygen to want it is to be cross-positional, so he's lucky that RedArchon is not down here at the 6 o'clock. So right now, looking interesting that we are seeing this wall once again from Oxygen. He really likes this. Very early SCV going out, just trying to make sure that there's no kind of tricky business coming from RedArchon, just to maybe mess with him, but even thinking about harassing that worker there. We're seeing a counter SCV coming out from RedArchon. I would have expected a little bit earlier because Oxygen is just so liable to cheese right now. And we are seeing this SCV try and harass and another SCV trying to do his best to stop this. Meanwhile, similar going on in Oxygen space. And while we've got so much Terran going on right now, I want to point out that if you've never really looked at an SCV, they are a really cool looking unit. They have a drill for a hand and a claw for the other hand, and they look like mini Optimus Primes. I mean, look at that. Maybe I've watched too much of the Transformer movies lately, but they look like a mini Optimus right there. Look at me, I've got to go cut up my minerals and look awesome. So meanwhile, both players opening relatively similar to last game, getting the orbitals at similar timing. Almost online now. Oxygen trying to deny this scout of Red Archon. Looking like this slippery SCV, trying to make it, but right before the finish line right there, he got turned into a pile of rubble. They don't look so cool when they die, but when they're alive, they're actually a really cool looking unit. So, looking like that factory coming on a little bit early for Oxygen. His build order is similar to last game, and just trying to get that factory out a little bit faster than Red Archon.
If only you could have a mini Megan Fox in this game would be unbelievably good. But we've seen a lot of Banshee Viking play in this series so far, and it's really worked well for Oxygen, at least last game. So I'm curious to see if he will do the same in this. It looks so far so good. He's done it the last couple. I think it's a great play. It's very entertaining to watch. He just does it so well. But for the meantime, he's going to push out with these 3 Marines in this SCV he's done in the last couple. So we'll just have to see if it works out better for him. It looks like Red Archon will be okay, though. He's got the forces here. The SCV for Red Archon actually slips by, but now there's 4 Marines, and now 3 SCVs are being pulled off. So going to deny that quite easily. They're not even really engaging. So, yeah, nice early play there by Red Archon.
Yeah, and Red Archon took so much damage in game 2 to it, so nice timing on that scout, picking it up. Looking like Oxygen trying to pick up this scout. Bit of a miss there. Could have taken out that Red Archon SCV, could have denied that scout. That's a bit of a mistake there by Oxygen, who's just trying to scout out, make sure there's no proxy business going on in his own. Now that SCV is going to run into a wall of Marines, not going to pick up too much information, but it will know that there's no expansion down, which is good. It means he doesn't have to burn a scan on that, while Oxygen's just making sure there's no funny business, while Red Archon's looking to make sure there's no funny business. And this mini Optimus over here is finishing a bunker, while there's already a bunker finished for Red Archon. I wish you were right and there was a mini Megan Fox, then there could be a mini Michael Bay in this, and it could make the mini Megan Fox wash his mini car to get the part in mini formers. But looking like going into Starport there, switching onto this tech lab again with the cloak. Oxygen just loves those Banshees, and his build is a little bit faster than Red Archon's, but he cuts a few SCVs to make that happen. But you're looking at the halves account right now. Red Archon is at 23 opposed to 19, and he's up by about a 60 to 80 mineral advantage, and that's purely come from how fast and how early Oxygen likes to get these units. His build order is much more aggressive, but it allows Red Archon to get a better economy out. So it worked in Game 2. Curious as to whether it's going to work in Game 3, as we see a second starport and a beautifully timed scan coming from Oxygen, who picks up on this second starport, and even a third starport going down. So I'm really interested to find out whether or not Red Archon's going to go for more battle cruisers again like he did in Game 1.
Well, he's going to go down swinging. He's going to have these banshees. He's going to have all these air units. It's worked. So I'm very happy to see this personally, but we'll have to see if it's the best move for him because RedArchon has had a game to think about this. He's seen this for a few games now. You'd think he'd have a good plan to go up against this. He's just pumping these Marines out of this reactor. He's getting his own Banshee, his own Raven. So it looks like a very similar game to the last one. Now the actual good timing there from the Raven, just as the Banshee attacks, he's going to deny it, only getting 1 kill so far. So good timing there by RedArchon as this Banshee's actually going to snipe out a couple. But it does get taken out. That's huge because that's going to deny any early aggression for at least for another couple seconds as now they're just rebuilding. And no fusion core just yet.
Yeah, I do like that play from RedArchon. I just feel that you can't use it 3 times in a row. Oxygen just likes using that timing attack. He likes it so his Banshee arrives right at the opponent's mineral line as that cloak finishes, and he does it so well. Now, we are seeing a hidden expansion coming online for Oxygen, so it's going to be up to RedArchon to scout that. Meanwhile, we're seeing RedArchon using Oxygen's own methods with a proxy barracks going down. Going to be very, very close to Oxygen's base right now, and he can presumably he's going to lift this up to float scout with it so he can see the ramp of Oxygen a little bit close there with those siege tanks. Got to be careful running those siege tanks really close. Now I expect that this barracks is going to take to the air and be a spotter as opposed to having the Raven there, unless he's just going to purely pump units, because this Raven will be vulnerable once presumably Vikings hit the floor, but he's able to knock on this starport right now, and this barracks is almost finished. Curious what he's going to opt to go for with that one, and there is a liftoff, so it is going to be a spotter, and going to throw down a missile turret as well just to protect his front lines, and this is a lot of damage, cutting off the mining at his main expansion with that auto turret as well. So Oxygen really, really bad shape right now. Meanwhile, Banshee going off, got 1 kill in the main. These Marines focus on it. Better not lose this Banshee. Needs to cloak. Looking like he might lose this Banshee really cheaply. Somehow this Banshee on 2 hit points is still going. That needs to cloak. Finally goes down to those Marines. Meanwhile, no mining at Oxygen's main right now, which is absolutely massive.
Yeah, this is huge. These SCV is not able to do anything. I was going to say he should repair a starport, but he just doesn't have the minerals to do it. This starport's actually going to burn down unless he gets to it. He's going to try and mine something at least, but I mean, it's very expensive minerals.